But we're starting the 8th race of the season. Thurston and Hyder are neck and neck in the championship. Could things get heated here tonight? We'll have to wait and see. 30 of ASCA's best are going at it as we come to the restart zone, and the green flag is underway for race number 8 of the season.
Everyone already fanning out, heading to turn number 1. Look how squirrely everyone is going. Hyder's going to go to the inside. Cook is going to give him that line. I'm not sure what Cook is doing right there, but you can just see everyone is so squirrely. Hyder to the inside, Cook to the outside. Hyder wants this lead, and he wants it now as they go into turn number, go down the backstretch.
Hyder understands that if he wants to hold this championship lead and get those bonus points for later in the season, he needs to take every opportunity that he can. Gonzalez Green just gave a huge shot to the back of Moondros down into turn 3. A lot of blocking on this first lap.
Here we go. Alexander Hyder is taking the lead. Cook cannot get to the bottom. Thurston, he's also in that championship fight with Alexander Hyder. He wants to get there. He's only down by 4. He's looking for 3 in a row, and he's looking for the lead.
And there goes the 096 of James Thurston. He's up to second. What a familiar sight. Another bump from Gonzalez Green. Moondros is through the grass. He is getting very impatient with that 43. Tempers on lap 2 of this race, Armani.
Gonzalez Green, another one who has been so fast, so many opportunities to win. Las Vegas comes in mind. He knows he has the speed. Here comes Moondros down on the bottom, trying to go side by side with Gonzalez Green. I think he'd rather go side by side and just let him go by than, have no back bumper at the end with the way Gonzalez Green has been treating him.
Yeah, Moondros, just go ahead and give that up to him. He's very clearly uncomfortable with Gonzalez Green. He doesn't want to wreck on lap 2, but it seems like that he's struggling to keep up with the pace, as now we got both Gallagher and Chris Lilly all over his back bumper.
Some excitement so far. You got a couple guys fanning out, looking for position, but right now leading the way is Alexander Hyder. But Thurston, he's inching closer and closer to the back bumper of that 24.
Oh boy, Armani, here we go again. Just like the shades of Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson, we're about to have another old showdown between these two. We'll see when Thurston makes his attack on him. He might just stay right behind him for the time being, try to make him go into a mistake almost. We'll see if Hyder can hold his ground.
The top 4 in practice, or the top 4 right now. You got Alexander Hyder holding up James Thurston, Jeremy Cook, and Alexander Gonzalez Green. He's entered this dance as Thurston, he looks to the bottom. Hyder trying to block a little bit. Hyder, can he hold the lead going into turn number 3 as Thurston's going to look to go side by side?
Here he goes, dive bomb into turn 3. Hyder's going to give him a lane and a half to work with. Hyder's going to try to roll it around the outside. They will continue side by side down into turn 4. But I'll tell you, Hyder definitely has a lot of grip to work with. Thurston might have just a little bit more, though. They'll be even coming across the start-finish line.
We haven't really seen anybody make the outside line work in practice, qualifying, you name it. But so far, Hyder's doing a really good job. He's going to lead that lap. But for how much longer? Thurston, half a car length ahead of the 24.
They're mere inches from each other as they come out of turn 1. Cook and Gonzalez Green have nowhere to go. They're just spectators to the incredible action. Thurston on the curb sideways in the center of turn 2. And he'll lose a lot of momentum down the backstretch. Here comes Cook to his outside.
He had an opportunity to clear Hyder, chose not to take it. Really good racing right here between the top 4. Hyder really making that outside line work. He's going to dive back to the bottom. Now Cook, he make the outside work as he's side by side with the 96.
Well, these guys are all side by side, jostling for position. This is only bringing more into the calamity. Here comes Moondros and Gallagher now into the mix, and everybody else that's just in one big tandem of draft down the front straightaway. Nobody's pulled away now. Everyone's back together. He's trying to make a move on Moondros, but Moondros has been blocking him. Back up to the front, though. Thurston's going for another attack to the inside into turn 3.
Another dive bomb by the 96. Thurston on the inside. Hyder on the outside. Hyder's been the only one to make the outside line work. He is forcing Thurston to take a narrow line that he would like. But Thurston just rolling that bottom line. And Hyder once again clears, but look how loose he is coming out of turn number 4. These two are going to be side by side coming across the yard of bricks.
I'm noticing 10 laps in, these guys are really starting to lose a lot of traction. Cook is now up to second. He is past Thurston, and Thurston is not good at hitting that curb. If he ever hits that curb, that car just loses all traction.
Thurston able to find the hole that Cook left for him. The two basically swap positions, the 70 to second, the 96 down to third. And let's see what Jeremy Cook can do. He also tried making that outside line work earlier in the run when he was side by side with Thurston. Hyder's been the only one to make it work. Can Cook do the same?
I don't know if you can make that move for the lead on the bottom. I feel like that if you're going to do that, you really do have to send it into one of these corners. If you really want to catch Hyder off guard, you have to somehow get your nose to the outside. He's got to have a good run here coming out of turn 4, Armani.
Jeremy Cook, he started on the pole position, dropped all the way to third. He's looking to get that top spot back, side by side as they cross the yard of bricks, heading into turn number 1. Cook to the bottom, Hyder to the top.
Look how much he's carrying that curb throughout the corner, trying to carry as much speed as he can. But again, Hyder's not even pinching the car down the bottom. He's just going as high as he can all the way up to that third groove. Cook practically out of control coming out of turn 2, trying to get the power down. Under pacing are so long, we can watch a replay. What the fuck is George Tolsma doing? Why is that man staying out? Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you fucking... George Tolsma will be leading us back to the restart. He will be controlling the start, followed by Hyder, Cook, Thurston, and Gonzalez Green, rounding out the top 5. Let's see what kind of carnage starts here to the restart zone. And we are back underway. Look at Tolsma spinning the tires. He will not beat the Hyder back to the line. He is sideways down the front straightaway, and Gonzalez Green runs into him.
I don't know how he did not wreck there, but clearly the strategy didn't work in the slightest. Miles Davis said 5,000 on George being outside the top 10 by lap 16. He might get that as he's already dropped down to
He
fifth.
is struggling. Yeah, he just pushed Gallagher out of line there. He is definitely not making friends as he's pushed Gallagher out of line. He went 3 wide down to turn 1, and there's a big checkup down the back of a pile of cars as they go into turn 3.
Well, how aggressive is Gonzalez?
Oh, look at this. He's completely offline. He has no grip on that car.
That is just...
And he's in the wall, too.
Like
Harrison sideways off the rear bumper of Connor Jafari.
He's in the grass. He causes a back up. I think Caden Mobley Kelly got backed up in it as well.
Caden hit the wall. Yeah, Caden slammed the fence out of 4. There's a lot of right side damage on the Daytona Beach Sheriff's Office machine.
Yeah, I mean, that all started, though, at the start. When you got a guy low, not fast, low car, you know, and old tires, it just causes a stack up everywhere he goes.
Trouble! Jason Gallagher just put George Tolsma into the fence. That was definitely on purpose for what happened on that restart. George Tolsma overdrove turn 2 and pushed Jason Gallagher offline. He lost nearly 10 positions because of that. And Jason Gallagher just repaid him by shoving him into the fence. We are coming here to do green flag pit stops. It's only been about 8 laps or so. Will anyone come in? And yes or no? Moondros is thinking about it. Thurston comes in last minute along with Moondros. I'll tell you, Chris has said in the past, no games with that pit entry, especially with that big wall right there that will take you out in a heartbeat. I think Thurston will get away with that. It's pretty harmless compared to Fontana. He might get himself a good finish. We'll see how things roll on this restart. Hyder and Cook will be going side by side into turn 1. Let's see how things roll on this restart. Green flag is back in the air.
A great jump from Alexander Hyder. He catches everyone off guard.
Landon Warren spun the tire, slammed the fence. Everybody scatters into turn 1 to avoid him.
So far, so good. Gonzalez Green underneath Diego Roldan trying to hold service on the high side for that 3rd spot. But up in front, it is no change between the top 2. It is Hyder and Cook going down the backstretch.
Yeah, right now, side by side, rolled on, trying to continue his great streak of passings tonight, trying to make some work on the outside, but Gonzalez Green is not any normal foe. He has pretty good pace all around, and there he goes. He clears rolled on, coming out of turn 3.
Now he's going to be under pressure by the terrorist himself, Connor Trafari, trying to work himself into the top 4, right on the back bumper. Diego rolled on for the 4th spot. And who else is on the attack is James Thurston up to the 8th spot, right behind that duo of Lilly and Gallagher, like you mentioned, on the fresh tires. We'll see how that pace.
Whoa! Rolled on!
Caution, yellow flag.
Rolled on spins, and everyone is going around. Thurston's able to avoid it, but Diego rolled on.
So here it is. Watch Gonzalez Green right in front of Roldan. On corner entry, there was a pretty big checkup, in fact. Actually, Gonzalez Green didn't get loose. He slammed into the back of Cook, and everybody checked up. Trafari runs into Roldan, Gallagher into Trafari. Chris Lilly's able to avoid along with Thurston. Ethan Harrison barely avoids. Everybody going through the grass. Pit road. These guys have 5 sets to use today, and that is quite a few sets. Jason Gallagher is going to be from 6th place, the first one out of pit road. So another interesting split in strategy here. But we are coming to the restart zone. Hyder and Cook once again, and we are back underway.
Another great jump by Hyder. He's going to easily clear the rest of the field. Thurston with the push on Gonzalez Green going into turn number 1.
Side by side, Gonzalez Green going for 2nd, and he will clear Cook for 2nd. But now he's opened the door for Thurston. Thurston's going for 3rd on those fresh rubbers.
Gonzalez Green able to art the corner, get a good run off, but this is all benefiting Alexander Hyder, who has his biggest lead of the day, and that's coming off a restart. Look at the advantage the 24 has over the 63.
Well, knowing him, he's going to allow everyone to close back in on him. Gonzalez Green again, sideways, almost into the fence, but that's going to open the door for Thurston to move up to 2nd. Now things are really getting heated up Armani, because now it's Hyder on old tires versus Thurston on new.
This is what Thurston has been looking for. Gonzalez Green with a little bit of a talk in the chat. We'll find out what that is later on, but Thurston, he's got a lot of ground to make up on that 24. With those fresh tires, you know he can get it done.
Jason Gallagher on the freshest tires of everyone. He's trying to get back up into the top 10, but Ethan Moses is blocking him. Contact through turn 2. He tried to block Jason Gallagher, but instead he almost wrecked his own car.
Thurston cuts the gap about a half of what it was before. Right now, the difference between himself and Hyder is 0.4 of a second. He cuts it down another bit. He inches closer and closer as they head into turn number 4.
Right now, I'm watching back here. Mobley Kelly side by side with Connor Trafari. They're trying to shuffle their way through the field on older tires. Trafari's the next one, and Mobley Kelly is blocking Chabinski down the front straightaway.
Thurston has closed in on Alexander Hyder.
Yep, here we go.
Nearly gets to the back bumper going into turn number 1. He's just at so much of an advantage on those fresh set of rubbers compared to Hyder. Look at the difference going into these set of corners. He is all over the back bumper of that 24.
And what do you do if you're the 24? Do you even bother, defending, or do you just give it up and go back to your saving ways? The next guy on freshest tires, I do believe, is Moondros, who's only now trying to make a move on Lilly. To the inside goes Thurston into turn 3.
Hyder is so good on the high side. Can he continue to make it work on fresh set of tires? Thurston trying to close the door. He takes the lead away from Hyder.
I believe that's one of very few times here tonight that we've seen anyone but Hyder up front. Hyder has a good run here down the front straightaway. He's not going to do anything with it, though. He's just going to give him a nice little bump draft down the front straightaway as they go towards turn 1. Single file. That's just how it is here in Indianapolis. And Jason Gallagher is going for another move to the inside on Ethan Harrison. This is for 9th place.
Here we go. Gallagher to the inside of Harrison. Harrison has had a quiet day, but considering what has happened in this season, that is exactly what he needs.
And I was saying earlier, Armani, Hyder might just go back to just saving his stuff and holding up everybody, and check it out. That's exactly what he's doing. Gonzalez Green has nowhere to go.
Lucky because he was able to restart, I believe 3rd or 5th. he just got by everyone fast, and you can see he has checked out. Even if you go to the blimp view of Alexander Hyder, you don't see Thurston anywhere, just on the corner of your screen. The rest of the guys are trying to take advantage.
Yeah, 1.2 seconds is the gap between Thurston and Hyder. Hyder is not worrying about Thurston at all right now. He's just trying to focus on saving his stuff as Jason Gallagher puts in a big send into turn 3, checks up the car in the center of turn 3, and he's got 8th place on Chris Lilly.
Again, you're asking Connor Trafari, and now you're throwing Ethan Harrison in the mix.
Yeah. Right now, Keola Hankins on the move after Moondros. Moondros into the fence. Same thing I was talking about with Aiden Smith. The wall comes at you on entry here, guys. And there goes Keola Hankins and McDonald. Moondros sideways down into turn 4. He is holding on to that thing.
Heard something from Diego Roldan. He just started cussing all over the radio. Looks fine so far. Currently in 17th, holding up Caden Mobley Kelly. And our friend of the number 5, I forgot his name.
George Tolsma.
George Tolsma.
I wouldn't be surprised if
Tolsma.
that's who he's bitching about.
Well, he's ahead of Tolsma right now, and actually ahead of both Kelly and Tolsma. But if anything, I think he's the one that's holding up the two. He is. Kelly and Tolsma, they are clearly faster than that 99, but he's just holding them up right now. Again, so hard to pass here at this.
Where
race.
is Tolsma going?
Tolsma doing?
I see him in the background. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
And Jason Gallagher, sorry to interrupt, but Jason Gallagher, while you were talking about that, passed Moondros, and now he's going after McDonald. I wonder how much pace he genuinely has here on James Thurston. The gap between him and Hyder right now is 1.6 seconds. Gallagher has passed everyone up to 6th place. He's coming up to Hankins next.
We got guys up pit
Hyder.
road. I'll stop that for a second, but yeah, we got Hyder, and it looks like, Cook on pit road.
Yeah, so now they're coming in this part of the strategy here. Halfway in the race. I wonder if this is the strategy. I don't know if they're going to plan to stop one more time, but they definitely plan to come in on this lap. This is fully intentional.
Take a look to see what the last time was for those two. Well,
interesting thing here. Jason Gallagher has brought it into the pit lane.
Really?
Yeah, so guy on the freshest tires on the track was running the fastest laps on the track, even faster than Thurston, has brought it into pit road. He's going to go ahead and get his strategy in to where he's going to be on the same set as everyone else, like Hyder and Cook. Interesting strategy there. Most part. Yeah, actually, where did...
Thurston coming on the pit road.
Well, good thing I came back just in time.
Sorry to cut you off, but Thurston finally comes on the pit road. Let's see where he'll come out compared to the leaders. I mean, is Cook saving his stuff? Is Hyder just that much faster? Because he made that pass on Cook look easy after their pit stops.
Thurston has passed Aiden Arevalo. That's one less car to worry about. Up next is Ethan Moses. Well, a majority of everyone within the top 5 is bringing it in. You know, interesting thing here. Chabinski's going to get an EOL from Dunn for that, because he did cause the caution. But there are a few people, specifically Aiden Smith, who pitted on that same exact lap. I think that because he just pit, he is going to stay out, and he will take the lead of this race. Yes, that's exactly what's happening. Keola Hankins stays out as well. So these guys that stayed out long, like Hankins, Smith, Mobley, Kelly, Trafari, Warren, Roldan, and Botting, they have won in this situation. They're on fresh tires, and they will be able to take control of this race. As they come out of turn 4, the pace car is going to make the left-hand turn onto pit road. Let's see how things roll. We'll see these guys finally race it out for the first time tonight. To the restart zone, Keola Hankins, Aiden Smith, the 4th. We're back underway.
Good jump by Hankins. So far, so good.
Hyder 3 wide into turn 1. He backs out of it on Warren and Cook. Cook on the outside of Warren. Contact Hyder and Warren.
Oh, we're getting a little bit dicey here in the final stages of this race. Alexander Hyder understands it is crunch time. He's got to get it going. He's in the middle of 3
Oh, George Tolsma into the inside wall. No caution, we keep it green. Somehow that wasn't a yellow, but Owen Chabinski's was.
What? How does that make any sense?
And that was a huge restart, Armani. Both Cook and Thurston have passed Hyder. Warren into the fence again. He is falling back. Things are falling apart for Landon Warren.
So if we're going up to guys who came on the pit road, we are looking at Cook, Thurston, and Hyder in that order. They got by Caden Mobley Kelly. Their next challenge will be Diego Roldan.
Yeah, right now there is a gap there with Caden Mobley Kelly between Cook and Thurston. Thurston still has some work to do. Hyder needs to get back into position. He just gave up 2 valuable spots in this race.
Ferrari with the run on the inside of Aiden Smith as they go down the backstretch. Ferrari trying to get that second spot, but Smith blocking him all the way down.
Yeah, these two have history, Armani. Things might get ugly.
And here comes Cook right on the back bumper. Diego Roldan. He wants a piece of this action as he's entered the top 5.
If you're Cook, you need to keep in mind that these two might just straight up wreck each other here. Aiden Smith demanded some kind of penalty for Trafari's actions last weekend. Trafari got nada. He got nothing. Smith might feel the need to put things into his own hands.
Well, right now, the thing that Cook needs to worry about is getting by Diego Roldan in that 99 machine. Currently behind the duo of Aiden Smith and Connor Trafari.
And Cook has pulled away very handsomely from Thurston, but now with all these cars in the way, Thurston has an open invitation to come back into this battle.
Here we go. Smith doing a good job holding off this trio of Trafari, Roldan, and Cook. Up front, it is Keola Hankins leading the way.
And this is huge for Hankins. Hankins has been in position. I'm going to scratch that. Here comes Trafari to the inside on Aiden Smith.
There's only been 2 other winners this season besides Alexander Hyder and James Thurston. One of them is Connor Trafari. He's side by side with Aiden Smith going down the yard of bricks.
Dale Roldan put Aiden Smith into the fence, gave him a bad bump down the front straightaway. That will not deter Smith. Trafari don't slam Smith into one.
This is getting dicey here. Smith going way up the racetrack. Trafari's easily going to clear him, and Smith is now under challenge from Jeremy Cook.
That might have been Smith coming down the track. That might have been Connor coming up the track. A little premature. Smith sideways into Roldan. Roldan down the racetrack.
I don't know how he saved that, Gavin, but everyone is squared away right now. Trafari in the second spot. Cook in the third spot.
Thurston trying to get past Roldan now, but Roldan places that car exactly where he needs to hold him off into turn 3.
Top 3 right now. You got the 6 in first. You got the 9 in second. Nice. And then you got Jeremy Cook in third.
Oh boy, this is going to get crazy. Now Trafari has to deal with Cook. How will he deal with him? We saw how he got the position from Aiden Smith. He doored him. Here comes Diego Roldan. Dive bomb into turn 1 for 4th.
I thought he was going to back out of it at the last second, but he actually manages to get to the back bumper of him. Now he gets to side by side to his door. Aiden Smith trying to hold on that high side. James Thurston just saying, can I get around these guys, please? And then you can continue your battle, but just with me ahead of you. And as for another battle, you got Jeremy Cook looking to the inside of Connor Trafari. Going into turn number 3, he's going to... Oh, he's side by side with Trafari, and Hankins not going anywhere. He's only about a car length ahead of this battle. He clears Trafari.
Cook is now up to second. I'll tell you, Cook has been close on 2 occasions, once before to get his first career ASCA Cup Series victory. One came at Watkins Glen. He got into Thurston through the S's, got major amounts of damage that took him out of contention. And one was last weekend. He got into contact with Diego Roldan, sparking a huge accident out of turn 2. This is the best opportunity he has had. He has 1 car ahead of him to victory.
2 dominant drivers all season long have been Alexander Hyder and James Thurston. Jeremy Cook is saying, I should be in that conversation as well. It should be the big 3, not the big 2. He's trying to put a name for himself as he goes to the inside.
Oh my gosh!
Blocks him and he just moves him out the way.
That was a silly.
Goes to the inside. Hold on, it's not over yet. Sorry to cut you off, but Trafari goes to the inside of Cook.
My goodness, Armani. That was, I'm going to be honest, that was a very silly block there by the 6. I don't know why he did that. He shoved him all the way down to the apron. Cook had nowhere to go. And once again, the hunger for a victory for Keola Hankins has been stripped away. And now Cook is to the lead.
He's really holding up Diego Roldan right now. He's going to send it. Roldan's actually going to back up a little bit, try to get a better run off the exit.
Here he comes into turn 2 here, Armani. Right now, Roldan's all over the back of Trafari. Trafari trying to do everything to hold on to that thing. These two have been good friends on the track for many years now. They've even battled for a championship against each other last season. Well, things get heated here. We know how Trafari has a reputation. To the inside goes Roldan. Trafari sliding it down to turn 3, trying to hold steady.
Fari has a win. Diego does not. You know Roldan will want nothing more than to have a shot at the victory. I don't think it's going to come as Cook is pulled away, but what better way to position yourself by
they're coming to pits. They're pitting.
Coming to pit road. And I think Roldan is actually going to beat Trafari on the pit road, but to both of them, keep it under the pit road speed limit.
And keep in mind that these guys stayed out a few extra laps than everyone else before they pit. So how close can these guys make it? Are these guys in fuel conservation mode? And is that why Thurston and Hyder have not charged to the front in the same way Cook did?
That very well could be so. Right now, Cook is up front. James Thurston has moved up to second. He's nearly 3 seconds behind. Alexander Hyder is in third as well. So the top 3 at the start of the race is the top 3 once again.
And Hyder just passed Thurston. Thurston is giving the spot to Hyder. There is definitely fuel conservation mode going on right now because Thurston just handed it to Hyder.
Separated by a blanket. Gonzalez Green goes to the inside of Thurston.
But you can see, look how slow they're going into turn 1. They're practically coasting throughout that second half of the straightaway. Oh my goodness! Gonzalez Green almost turned Thurston. The yellow's out. Coakley's not done yet. We've had a crash on the speedway. And it's Diego Roldan who has crashed on the front straightaway. What the fuck is he doing?
He just turned a...
That's not an accident. That's not on... Yeah, no, that... And then Hunter and Cole... Yeah, that's definitely intentional, yeah. He did that on purpose. He was drifting for fun. He's not correcting the car. Look at him. Look at the wheel. He's not correcting the car. He was doing that on purpose. I mean, you do at this point. Let's see who it is. Miles Davis took 2 tires. He's jumped everybody on 2 tires. The guys that have stayed out. Jason Gallagher, Clinton McDonald. Now, keep in mind, some of these guys did stop, including Clinton McDonald. I do know Clinton McDonald did stop. So McDonald stopped. Mobley Kelly stays out, along with Arevalo and Warren. I do believe that some of these guys, I know McDonald and Arevalo for a fact, pit earlier in the green flag runs. He's looking to break on his first career victory. We got Clinton McDonald, and then one of our founders, Caden Mobley Kelly, Arevalo, and then Warren. The first driver on fresh tires, 2 fresh tires, is Miles Davis, followed by Jerry Cook on 4 fresh tires. Green flag back in the air. 3 laps to go, 4 laps to go. There goes Thurston into the fence.
McDonald gets squirrely.
Oh, wait, Kennedy, Thurston spinning.
Yellow flag.
Oh, we got a big one. Oh, my goodness.
And so much wheel spin. Thurston with big damage on the 096. And you can just see the wheel spin. Look at the wheel spin off the start. McDonald wheel spins. Thurston hits the back of Miles Davis, gets slingshotted into the fence. And then right here, watch this. Wayne A. Kennedy goes up into 4th, loses control, runs into Thurston. Dylan Fox gets into it.
Hey, Thurston, I think he's trying to wreck Davis.
Uh-oh. Let's get cameras on that.
Just took out Davis.
Uh-oh. That's gonna, well, okay, knowing Chris, he won't suspend him. No, uh-oh. Davis coming back. They're hitting each other.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my goodness. Davis coming back.
Thurston was waiting for him.
Here it is. Now, Chris said that this would be a suspension. And he sees it right there in front of him. Now, knowing Chris
waited for Davis.
And then he waited for him again. Hits him again. We have an overtime restart underway. Gallagher and Mobley Kelly will be leading it back to the green here. This is going to be insane. Can we make it to turn 1?
Probably not.
Coming to the restart zone, and we are back underway.
Here we go. Once again, a good restart from Gallagher.
Gallagher.
Slots in the...
Go ahead, my bad.
I was going to say, Mobley Kelly slots into the second spot for the time being. He said he was going to change his mindset coming into this race where he's just going to stop focusing on trying to make the playoffs and just focus on trying to go for the win and getting the best result possible.
Ethan Harrison through the grass. He slammed the wall coming out of turn 4. There goes Moondros! Moondros going around! Into Miles Davis. Ethan Moses involved. And things are going to hell. Owen Shabinsky around. Kayla Hankins is in it. Oh my goodness! Got sideways coming out of turn 1, and he's getting sideways out of turn 2. Here comes Ethan Moses. And Moses is just going to drive straight through him. Get Moondros out of control. You're going to have to blame Ethan Moses for that one. Shabinsky nowhere to go. Miles Davis gets clipped. 31 nowhere to go. George just doesn't brake for some reason. Runs into Shabinsky. Pace car's going to make the left-hand turn on the pit road for one final time. How far will we make it? Will we make it to the checkered flag? And who will we see in victory lane? Green flag's back in the air.
A great jump from Gallagher. Mobley Kelly completely lost on that one. Here comes Arevalo down to the inside.
Oh boy, this is going to get wild. Will Jason Gallagher score his first career ASCA Cup Series victory? Aiden Arevalo trying to get past Mobley Kelly quick.
Side by side for the second spot. Aiden Arevalo on the inside. Caden Mobley Kelly on the outside. This is the battle for second. Up front, Jason Gallagher is pulled away.
Clinton McDowell driving like a complete dumbass, just shoving Hyder down the track for no reason. Jason Gallagher is up and away. Will he make it back to the white?
Here we go. A big buffer between himself and Caden Mobley Kelly. The battle is for the second spot. Mobley Kelly has it. Hyder on the inside of Arevalo for third.
Coming around to turn 4 one final time. Arevalo sideways off the door of... Oh, the wrecking! There goes Moondros!
Here we go. We got a wreck right now so far.
No yellow for that, somehow. And we're on the last lap. They're wrecking again. There goes Clinton McDonald! I think they might have turned the yellows off. There's no way Hyder! Hyder's crashed! What has happened? They're going to race it back. Jason Gallagher up front. What?
Jake Kennedy has made it through, but right now it is Jason Gallagher pulling away Mobley Kelly. All he can do is pray for a miracle.
Jason Gallagher has been here since the beginning. He has been a board director for many years. Chose this season, I'm going to return to driving. And he's going to come off turn 4 and see the checker flag. My good friend, Jason Gallagher, you are an ASCA Cup Series winner.
What a finish.
And there is so much to unpack before interviews. So many people are surely upset. One of them is not Jason Gallagher. Look at him go!